Hi guys, I thought I'd come in here today and show you guys how to make fantasy peanut butter fudge. My son wanted some fudge, so I thought, well, okay, I'll show you guys how I do it. So, put the camera down so you can see the pan. Okay, first thing you do is you put in 3/4 of a cup. You might want to get a pen. So, 3/4 of a cup of sliced up butter. And you start heating it. You want the butter kind of sliced up so that it melts a little quicker, that's all. You don't have to slice it up if you don't want to, but it does melt a little quicker. Makes the whole process a little quicker. While that's starting to melt, you butter your pan on the inside. Just a light layer of butter. This is not a 13 by 9. What size is that anyway? Well, it's more like a 7 by 11 or something like that. It's just a smaller than a 13 by 9 because this particular recipe doesn't take a huge pan. And no, the butter's not smoking. Something on the burner from when I cooked dinner last night, I guess. And you want the pan buttered so it doesn't stick. Now some people will put like wax paper or something in there. I don't. I just butter it. And don't use margarine if you can get away with it, if you can get away from it. Try to use butter because it makes a better product. You can use margarine. I'm not saying you can't, but it's better with real butter. So it's a stick and a half of butter, which is 3/4 of a cup. You take one of these small cans of evaporated milk. It is, let's see, how many ounces is that? Here, let me dump it out. Oh, wait, don't spill it while I'm looking. 5 ounces, okay? Just one of the small cans of evaporated milk. Kind of stir that around. Let it heat just a little bit more. As you can tell, I'm not a big one for health food, right? Choke myself up, hell. Sorry. I just touched the camera to tilt it up and then I put it on hold for a second. Okay, we're still melting the butter with the milk. You can add 3 cups of sugar. Kind of stir it as you go. You don't want lumps. Not that it'll really lump up, because the minute it starts heating, it'll unlump. But just makes it for a little easier stirring. You just add the 3 cups of sugar to the melting butter and evaporated milk. Stir it till it's all mixed up. See? And we're going to let it sit there and melt. It's got to heat up. Now, I don't put it on high for this because you don't want to burn the milk. Okay? You're going to be real careful about burning it because you don't want a burnt flavor on your milk. So stir it. I've got it on about medium until all the butter's melted. And then I'll turn it up some. We're gonna have to bring this to a full rolling boil, okay? Butter's almost melted. It doesn't take too long for the butter to melt. I'm breaking up the pieces of butter so they melt a little faster. Anyway, just kind of stir it around. You don't have to stir it constantly at this point. When it starts boiling, you will. I mean, this fudge literally takes about 10 minutes. That's all. It's pretty easy. There's still a little bit of butter that's not melted. It's getting there. The reason you even have to boil this is so that the sugar breaks down where it's not grainy real bad, because you want smooth fudge. It still tastes good even if it's not totally smooth. It still tastes good, but it still tastes the same, but it's the texture we're looking for. Scrape the sides often. You don't want it sticking and then burning. Okay, butter's melted. We're going to go ahead and turn this up to medium high. Okay. On my stove, it's about a 6. Started out with a 4, and then I moved it up to 6. I can start feeling the heat coming off of the bottom of the pan here. Fudge is super hot. It's like it'll stick to you and burn the crap out of you. So do keep that in mind. Keep the handle away from the outside edge, and keep children away when you're making it. And I know they want fudge and it's cool, but if it splashes on them, it will burn the heck out of them. So definitely want to keep kids and pets away. Speaking of pets, while we're waiting on this to boil, there is the Gizzy bear. Oh, sit, 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 sit. No, sit. Sit pretty. Can you guys even see her? Yeah, there she is. That's Gizzy bear. Oh, yes. Mama loves you. Now get down. Get down. You want a zombie? You want a zombie? Zombies. Okay, all right. Let's get her a zombie. Zombies are milk bones. Okay, sit pretty. Sit pretty. Okay, there you go. All right, I don't know how much of that you caught. She'll be back in here just as soon as she finishes eating that. You probably hear her come running back in here, because she'll want another one. I'll go ahead and get one out just because. So I got her another one. And 5, 4, 3, here she comes, 2, 1. I got her down to a fine art. Okay. And there's the Gizzy bear. Hey, Gizzy. Get over there. Get over there. Over here. Okay. Up here. Put your feet up here. Put your feet up here. No, over here. Over here. Right here. Gizzy, come. You don't know what to do. Come here. Hey, look what I got. Up here. No, on the chair. On the chair. Gizzy. Come here, look. Look, I got a zombie. Oh, up on the chair. Up on the chair. There you go. She starts slinking around when she doesn't know what I want her to do. She thinks she's in trouble because she doesn't know, which is wrong. So I have to let her know she's a good girl so that she knows that she's not in trouble. And the thing is, she acts like she's been beaten, but I have never beat that dog at all. She even potty trained herself. You know? I didn't have to get onto her. Of course, Queensland healers are really good about potty training. So if you guys ever decide to get one, you just got to make sure you take them out a lot when they're little. The breed that they are, way back when, and whatever kind of dogs they come out of, I was told they had some dingo in them, but I don't know if that's true. From Australia, because they're called Australian cattle dogs as well as Queensland healers. It's the same thing. Anyway, not Australian shepherds. That's a different breed. Anyway, something about not wanting to poop in their dens or something. So they're super easy to potty train. Queensland Heelers are real easy to potty train. They are, however, a fairly aggressive dog, and they are super loyal. They're kind of a one-person dog, or a family dog. With Queensland Heelers, though, if they get excited, like if kids are running around and kids go running by them, they might run out there and nip their heels. Not biting them, just grabbing their shoes. Because that's their breed, is they're a heeler, okay? H-E-E-L-E-R. And so that's their breed, and it's bred into them to nip the heels of livestock. And if a child comes running by them that they don't know, maybe I better be more accurate with that, they're liable to run out there and want to nip that or heel that child, because it's just bred into them for that. And I turned it on up to 7 because it's not boiling fast enough. But I'm not going to take it all the way to high. It's just heating up. It's getting really hot. Yeah. Yeah. Very hot. As soon as this hits a boil, we got to boil it for 4 minutes to break down that sugar and make it smooth. Air conditioner's on. I'm sorry it's noisy, but it works good. Not stirring it fast enough. I saw a little brown speck. That means I'm going to turn this down. We don't want to burn it. And I'm not really worried about the brown specks, but I'd rather not have them. See if it starts. Oh, it's just fixing to start bubbling. Can you see that? It's just now starting. Can't stir the bubbles down. Okay, 4 minutes. Okay, and we boil it for 4 minutes. Set your timer. It's easier that way. And you see how it's a full rolling boil? See how it's really bubbling in there? Okay. We're making candy, so of course it's got to bubble. A witch's brew. And once it starts boiling, you have to stir it constantly. And scrape the sides. It doesn't stick. Because this is a milk and butter product with sugar, so it's going to be sticky if you're not careful. I said 10 minutes. It's like a 15-minute or so project. See how long we've been on. Oh, 13 minutes. Excuse me, almost 14. Sorry it's taken so long, guys, but I thought maybe you'd want to see the process. I went ahead and measured up the sugar and cut up the butter ahead of time and opened the can of milk, but that was about it. So now, at the end of this, if you want to make chocolate fudge, just throw in a package of chocolate chips. Don't add the peanut butter, okay? If you want to divide it up, you would pour some of it into another bowl and add your cocoa instead of chocolate chips. Or pour a little bit out and add peanut butter instead of chocolate chips or cocoa. Now you can do it either way. You can use chocolate chips or you can use cocoa. If you're going to use cocoa, you probably want to use about 1/4 cup. Just look at it and see if it's dark enough for you, okay? Because 1/4 cup of cocoa in there is going to be pretty chocolatey. This is a really rich dessert, guys. So, we've got 1 minute and 52 seconds left to boil it, and then we'll take it off the heat. And that's when we add the rest of our ingredients. So, in case I need another spoon. You just got to keep it moving so it doesn't burn. Okay? It's not hard. It's maybe just a little tedious, but it's not hard. 1 minute, 3 seconds. Now you should already have your marshmallow cream open. Now you could add about 5 of those big marshmallows if you want. Sometimes the consistency doesn't turn out as good as I like, so I use the marshmallow cream rather than the marshmallows. The actual recipe is on the back of that. I change it a little bit by putting the peanut butter in it or using cocoa instead of chocolate chips. But the 3 cups of sugar and the milk and the butter is all on the back of that marshmallow cream jar. I never can leave a recipe alone. I always got to do something with it. I went ahead and turned the heat off because we only got 14 seconds left. And it's going to continue to boil for a minute. Okay, we remove it from the heat. Alright. Now what we do is we add the marshmallow cream. Now, if you move pretty quick, you don't have to worry about it getting too stiff on you. If it does get a little stiff on you, just put it back on the burner for a minute, let it warm back up and get softened up. We put in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now, if you guys wanted a variation of this, is use the cocoa or the chocolate chips, and instead of vanilla extract, put in Kahlua. Okay. You can even put in whiskey if you want. The bitterness of the whiskey isn't going to be there because it's a very sweet dish. Now I just put in a couple of big old spoons of peanut butter. And stir. Now you can put it back on the warm burner at this point. Now if you got gas, your burner's already cooled down pretty much. But we just mix it up. And chop up any lumps. The warmth will make the peanut butter melt. So as you can see, it's starting to come out. Now, you could put the cocoa right in there with it and have like a Hershey's peanut butter type fudge. Or you can make layers of it if you wish. Scrape down in the corners of the pan to make sure that you get it all. Okay? Oh, this smells so good. Alright. Pour it into your pan. Good thing about being the cook is you get to lick the pan, right? If you can beat your kids to it. I scrape my pan pretty clean though. There's not a whole lot left in there. And you can spread it around just to make sure it's already starting to crystallize on the top just a little. Again, you can drop it to settle it if you wish. And that is peanut butter fudge. And all we got to do is wait for it to cool, and it's done. It's about that thick right now. Oops, that thick. So, to go over it, it is 3 cups of sugar, 1.5 cups of butter, a tablespoon, or teaspoon, excuse me, of vanilla, okay, 1 5-ounce can of evaporated milk, or if you have a big can, just look up your conversion chart and you'll be able to tell. And a couple of big spoons of peanut butter, and that's it. Make sure that once the sugar, milk, and butter come to a boil, you boil it for 4 minutes. And stir it constantly, and don't let it burn. Don't turn it up too high. And the minute you take it off, start adding the marshmallow cream, the peanut butter, and the vanilla, or chocolate if you prefer chocolate, or both if you prefer both. Get it all mixed up and get it poured in a pan, because it'll cool off pretty quick. Now I'm going to put you down here and let you see. I don't know if you can see that or not. You see it's already crystallizing a little. Can you see that on the top? It's wanting to crack a little, and that's fine. So anyway, if you guys would hit the thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Leave a comment down below if you have any variations of your own that you like, and y'all come back and see me.